On the evening of December 20th, 1987, the MV Doña Paz, a passenger ferry traveling from Leyte Island to Manila in the Philippines, became the site of one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. The vessel, often referred to as the floating coffin due to its infamous reputation for being overcrowded, was about to embark on a journey that would end in a catastrophic loss of life. The MV Doña Paz was a 2,215-ton vessel originally built in Japan in 1963. It was acquired by the Philippine ferry company Sulpicio Lines and refurbished for passenger service. The ferry was licensed to carry 1,518 passengers, but on that fateful December night it was estimated to be carrying more than 4,000 people, many of whom were not listed on the manifest. Overcrowding was a common practice, especially during the holiday season when people were eager to travel home to celebrate Christmas with their families. At approximately 10:30 p.m., as the Doña Paz sailed through the calm waters of the Tablas Strait, an unseen disaster was looming. Unbeknownst to the passengers and crew, the MT Vector, an oil tanker carrying 8,800 barrels of gasoline and other petroleum products, was on a collision course with the ferry. The Vector, which had departed from Bataan en route to Masbate, was allegedly operating with an incomplete and ill-prepared crew. The collision between the MV Doña Paz and the MT Vector occurred with devastating immediacy. The impact caused a massive explosion on the Vector, which ignited the gasoline on board and unleashed a fireball that rapidly engulfed both vessels. The fire spread so quickly that many of the Doña Paz passengers who were sleeping or resting in the ship's quarters had little time to react. Panic and chaos ensued as the flames consumed the ferry. Survivors later recounted the harrowing moments of trying to escape the inferno, with many jumping into the shark-infested waters, clinging to debris, and desperately seeking to stay afloat. Tragically, the majority of the passengers were unable to escape the burning vessel. The ferry lacked sufficient life jackets and other safety equipment, exacerbating the disaster. The distress calls were either delayed or ineffective, and it took several hours before the first rescue ships arrived on the scene. By then, the Doña Paz had sunk, and the waters were littered with bodies and debris. Of the estimated 4,000 passengers and crew on board, only 24 survived the catastrophe, making it the deadliest peacetime maritime disaster in history. The subsequent investigation revealed numerous violations and lapses in safety protocols. The MV Doña Paz was found to be grossly overcrowded, and the MT Vector was operating with an unqualified crew and lacking proper licenses. These revelations led to widespread condemnation of both Sulpicio Lines and the regulatory bodies responsible for maritime safety in the Philippines. The tragedy of the MV Doña Paz prompted calls for sweeping reforms in maritime regulations and enforcement. It highlighted the urgent need for stricter safety standards, better training for crew members, and more rigorous oversight of passenger vessels. Despite these calls for change, the disaster remains a stark reminder of the human cost of negligence and regulatory failure. In the years since the sinking of the MV Doña Paz, the story has been etched into the collective memory of the Philippines and the maritime community worldwide. It serves as a somber testament to the perils of maritime travel and the importance of vigilance in ensuring the safety of all who take to the seas.